Good evening, Shubha Saintram. Welcome to the Yoga Satsang Session 9. True yoga is not about the shape of your body, but the shape of your life. Yoga is not to be performed, yoga is to be lived. Yoga does not care about what you have been, but yoga definitely cares about the person you are becoming. That's the magic of yoga. Today's session is specially designed for the older adults on knowing about simple yoga practices. I now call upon Dr. Kanakadurga Garu to take it over.
Thank you, Swarna. Namaskaram to everybody. Gurubhyo Namaha. Sri Chandrasekhara Yatindra Saraswati Nam Shantantaranga Kalita Kila Bhavukanam Kanchi Puri Sthita Mahonnata Kamakoti Pithim Upashitavatam Charanatu Pase Sri Jayendra Yatindra Saraswati Nam Shantantaranga Kalitakhila Bhavukanam Kanchi Puri Sthita Mahonnata Kamakoti Pithim Upashitavatam Charanatu Pase Sri Shankara Vijayendra Yatindra Saraswati Nam Shantantaranga Kalitakhila Bhavukanam Kanchi Puri Sthita Mahonnata Kamakoti Pithim Upashitavatam Charanatu Pase. Simplified Yoga and Ayurveda for senior citizens, older adults. This is a time in life when there is a lot of loneliness, there is fear, and there is helplessness. You can see the devotees come to Mahapariva's Adhishtanam. You can see them coming right up to Mahapariva's Adhishtanam, stand there and tell their prayers to Mahapariva. This is a scene everybody sees. They offer their prayers, they go in Pradakshina, they come back and they take the sandalwood tirtham. The sandalwood essence is there so strong in the tirtham. Where is the fear? On Anusham day, on Thursdays, there is this ambrosial halwa, which is offered to Mahapariva and given to everyone for prasadam. Where is the fear? When he is there to take care of all of us, there is no fear. Millions of miracles happen daily, all over. He's taking care of us each and every moment. Old age is a time when there are physical problems as well as stress. Pranayama and Chin Mudra are two simple techniques which go a long way in helping them to deal with the day-to-day stress. Those of us who have seen Pudupariva, we can remember with great delight his radiant face, with his eyes twinkling like diamonds, how happy he used to be when people used to render music in front of him. When he is there, where is the fear? Where is the loneliness? Physical problems in this phase of life include lack of stamina and constipation. Constipation is because of weak digestion. The weak digestion happens because the Agni is the digestive enzymes in the body, that is weak. So for some people, they cannot digest what they eat easily, so they get constipation. Some people digest it very fast, so they don't have the problem. Lack of fiber in the diet, lack of fluid, these are the two main reasons for constipation. Lack of fiber, lack of fluid, lack of exercise, heavy meals. These are other factors. What do we do for fiber? Plenty of fruits and vegetables. Apple, papaya, These are all rich in fiber. In India, we have sapota, that's also rich in fiber. The vegetables, all the vegetables have got plenty of vitamins and minerals. So we should include 70% vegetables in our diet. 30% should be cereals, but there should be 70% of vegetables. That takes care of most of the problem. Prunes, peaches, raisins, and figs. These are nature's delightful desserts, which are actually very useful in constipation. You can take about 4 prunes. Figs can be easily soaked in water and taken. Peaches, raisins, take a handful of raisins, soak it in water and take daily, morning and evening. This takes care of constipation. The pineapple juice, apples, raisins, figs, dates, all these have plenty of fiber. So these kind of foods should be included in your daily diet. Another simple remedy, home remedy in Ayurveda for constipation is dhanya, jeera, and ajwain kashayam. You take 1 teaspoon dhanya, 1 teaspoon jeera, 1 teaspoon somph, also somph, Indian aniseed, and 1/4 teaspoon of ajwain. You boil it, make a kashayam. Taking 1 teaspoon of these seeds, boil it in 1 glass of water, bring it down to 1/4, filter and drink. Another very useful home remedy is jeera water, which is very frequent in Kerala. Take a tablespoon of jeera, boil it in 5 glasses of water till it comes down to 4 glasses, filter and drink it throughout the day. So that helps in the digestion. Pranayama also helps in the digestion. Pranayama helps to kindle the fire. So when we do pranayama, we are kindling the fire. In pranayama, we have Kapalbhati, which is very useful for constipation. But it comes with a lot of restrictions. It's not, you're not supposed to do it when you have high BP or heart problems. You need to do it with medical advice. But the other pranayamas, most of them are quite safe. When I was an intern in my Ayurvedic college, Kalabhaireshwar Ayurvedic College in Bangalore, we had a Japanese visitor called Shihoko-san. She was 54 then, so now she must be a good 70. When she came down to India, she was searching about the secrets of Ayurveda. She used to go to Shimoga over the weekends and search for the herbs. Very interested in Ayurveda and yoga. So we used to sit and chat about all the things or the new things she would learn. She had this problem of constipation. She was very worried about it. She started taking lots of tablets. Nothing helped. Then what helped her? 45 minutes of yoga. Daily she used to do 45 minutes, and then she told me, she said, your yoga is so powerful. 45 minutes of yoga has helped me to get rid of my constipation problem, which was there for many years. So drinking hot water and doing these exercises, in yoga, we have something called Laghu Shanka Prakshalana, where they make us drink warm water and do a set of exercises. These exercises help in curing constipation. That's a yogic kriya. Whatever it is, yoga is very powerful in helping us to regain our health. Constipation also means that we should be very careful about the timings of the food. One should be careful by eating on time, not eat late, not eat heavy meals, and always have 1/3 solid, 1/3 liquid, and 1/3 should be left empty. The other point about constipation, in Ayurveda, we've got Triphala Churnam. Triphala Churnam is very good for the eyes, very good for constipation, very good for cholesterol. It's a slightly strong herb, so you should start with a smaller quantity, 1/2 teaspoon or so. 1/2 to 1 teaspoon can be taken at night. If there is any irritation, then they should just take it in the morning, soak it in water, and take the cold infusion early in the morning. Hingvashtak Churna is very safe for everybody to take. Hingvashtak Churna can be taken to help in digestion. It's also called Ashtachurna. So that also can be taken 1 teaspoon before the meals. So that helps in digestion. Panchaskar Churna is a slightly medium strength laxative. Panchaskar Churna, Panchasakara. Panchaskar Churna has got Sanai Patti, that is Indian Senna. In one of the devotees told me the story about how Mahaperiva had told somebody to take Sanai Patti when he had constipation. So Sanai is very strong. It's a good compound, but none of these should be taken without medical advice. You can take Hingvashtak Churna safely, that is safe. But trying to take other medicines without advice is not advisable. Triphala can be easily tried by everybody. Triphala Churna and Panchaskar, Triphala Churna and Hingvashtak Churna are very safe. Panchaskar, you need to assess whether you need it or no, because all of these are little bit strong, and it's not good to take laxatives daily, because taking laxatives daily will lead to some problem in the intestine. So one needs to make sure that one is eating correctly, plenty of fiber. Some people take castor oil. So castor oil is only for obstinate constipation. They take about 1 teaspoon, with ginger tea. If 1 teaspoon or one for small children. If it doesn't work, they go for 2 teaspoons or 3 or 4. But if there is severe constipation, that is, if somebody is having constipation for 3 days, in such a case, it is not safe to take any purgatives. The safest thing is to take an enema, which is usually given even by nurses in hospitals. So enema with plain water is very safe when there is severe constipation. In any case, one doing the regular yoga exercises, drinking 4 to 5 glasses of water, taking fiber-rich food, taking figs or raisins, taking papaya in the night, all these things will help us to take care of constipation. We have Amla Murabba. Amla Murabba is very high in vitamin C. Mahaperiva himself, one Dhanapatigal told us that Mahaperiva used to daily take 1 amla soaked in honey. So amla is a very, very good fruit which can be taken, which prevents constipation and is rich in fiber, rich in vitamin C. You can even just take an amla fruit, boil it in the cooker, eat it with some salt and haldi, salt and manjal, salt and turmeric. Amla Murabba is one, and Gulkand is the other. Gulkand is also a mild laxative made out of rose petals. So these are safe and they can be taken without a problem. Even children can be given Gulkand, Amla Murabba, Amla juice, aloe vera juice also. Aloe vera juice is not safe according to Ayurveda, though people are talking about it a lot. It's not safe to take for a long time. We have special preparations called Kumari Asava, which is given for children who have constipation. That is safer. We cannot take aloe vera for a long time. So today, Chinmayi is going to recite some slokas from Bhagavad Gita from the 15th chapter. Very recently, on Krishna Janmashtami, thanks to Swarna and Lakshmi Mandata ji and all of them, I got an opportunity to see Swamiji on Krishna Janmashtami, where he mentioned this 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He said everybody should learn the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So today Chinmayi is going to recite these. When Swayam Krishna Paramatma himself is there in front of all of us to tell us what to do. Where is the fear? Where is the loneliness? Where is the worry? We are reaching the end of Mahalaya Paksh. This is a good opportunity for everybody. Don't lose the opportunity to contribute to Sampradaya Pathshala. With pranams at the lotus feet, let us just be dust at the lotus feet of the Jagat Guru. Manasa, Vacha, Karmana, let us do all our actions dedicated to their feet. We'll now start with Chinmayi reciting Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. Thank you so much.
Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. अथ पंचदशोऽध्यायः पुरुषोत्तमप्राप्तियोगः श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमथ शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अथश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसुतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिप्रसुता पुराणी निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढा पदमव्ययं तत् न तद्भासयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम.
That was a very beautiful rendition by Chinmayi. Swarna ji, can you please guide Harita?
Yeah, I request Harita to take it over.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Today we are going to present a small presentation about yoga for elder and for arthritis. Yes. Is yoga meant only for the young? Can the elders also do yogasanas? Yes. Yoga refreshes your mind and spirit, tones your body, and keeps your internal organs and hormonal system is in balance. All the more reasons for people of all ages to do yoga. In fact, yogasanas are one of the few physical exercises you can continue doing as you age. As age progresses, it is more important to focus on how you do rather than how much you do. What kind of asanas should the elders do? There is a range of standing, sitting, lying down, and chair yoga asanas for you choose for them. Yoga practice will make them feel active and young. It will cheer them up and help them stand in their feet and go about their daily routine with minimal help. It won't stress them out as yoga's impact is low and long lasting. Sukshma yoga will help people of all ages. It includes simple exercises for whole body. According to Patanjali Yoga Sutras defined, asana is Sthiram Sukham Asana, which means stable and comfortable in an asana. Any posture done with awareness in a stable and comfortable manner constitutes an asana. Keep this in mind when performing asanas. Yoga asanas suggested for an elderly person may be the same as those for younger individual. The difference lies in the effort and time spent in a posture and flexibility involved. However, if you have high endurance levels, you will be able to perform the cardiovascular movements and abdominal exercises to satisfaction. According to Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Heyam Dukkam Anagatam, which means avoid the misery that has not yet come. As we grow older, the efficiency of the immune system deteriorates, paving the way for various diseases. Regular practice of yoga techniques such as asana, pranayama, and meditation can help avoid these conditions. So make your life happier and more fulfilling with yoga. Benefits of yoga for seniors. Yoga helps keep the joints steady and flexible, helps maintain healthy bones and muscles, improves digestion and clear bowels movement, regulates blood pressure, enhances breathing, and reduce anxiety and stress levels, better sleep, improved flexibility and better balance. Perhaps one of the best things about yoga for seniors is the change to mingle and bond with others. This priceless addiction keeps the mind engaged and keep alleviating depression and loneliness. Enjoy your yoga at any age. Just keep some guidelines in mind. Precautions. Substitute warm-ups with brisk walking and joint movements. Practice yoga under a trained yoga teacher and discuss your elements with her or him. Focus on repeating poses rather than holding any posture, and rest adequately after each pose. Make sure that your body has adjusted to your daily yoga routine before trying out new asanas. And chair yoga for seniors. These also called a desktop yoga poses. Senior may find it convenient as these asanas can be done while sitting on a chair. Chair yoga relaxes the neck, back muscles and relaxes total body, and it releases the stress also, helps alleviate body pain and tension and fatigue, increases flexibility, enabling seniors to bend and reach the toes, helps coordinate body movements and improves sense of balance, increases overall muscle strength. This is the suitable chair for people who can't sit on the floor for doing yogic exercises. Common elderly health issues, chronic health conditions, cognitive health, mental health, and physical injuries, and malnutrition, and sensory impairments, oral health, bladder control, and constipation. Kanakadurga madam explained very beautiful about constipation and diet. Maintaining a healthy weight, eating healthy diet, and drinking enough amount of water. If it is possible, drink hot water in early morning. This is good for constipation. Exposure to fresh air and sunlight to avoid those elderly health issues. Yogic exercises for elder people. First, we'll start with the finger exercises. It strengthens your hands and fingers, increase your range of motion, and give you pain relief. Stretch only until you feel tightness. You should not feel pain. And wrist movements, it is also very good for blood circulation, and it improves the flexibility and strengthen your wrist. And elbow bendings, it is very good for elbows. It gives strengthen to your elbows. And shoulder movements, this shoulder stretches also, it relieves the tension and pain, tightness in the neck and shoulders. And shoulder rotation also very good for the lungs. It improves the breathing capacity also. Then toe movements, it is very good for the feet. It improves blood circulation in toes, increase mobility of the feet. And ankle movements. This is ankle rotation and clockwise and anti-clockwise. It relieves the muscle tension in the feet. And knee movements. Those who are suffering with the knee pain, do it care. It improves flexibility around the knees and improves blood circulation. It reduces muscle tension. And neck movements. Those who are suffering with the cervical spondylitis, do it care. And don't do forward and backward, forward bending. And this is very good for the cervical spondylitis. And samasthiti, it gives give balance to body and mind. It is very good for all asanas. This is the starting position for the asanas. And pranamasana, it gives spiritual energy to our body and mind. It strengthens ankle, knees, and hip joints also. And hand movements, this is very good for the breathing. It improves breathing capacity and strengthen your hands. And hip movements, this is also very good for the elderly people. It gives flexibility to the hips. And side stretches, it is also very good for the ribs and pelvis area. It lengthens the muscles between the ribs and pelvis. And also improve the breathing capacity also. And Shavasana is the very good posture for all. It relieves tension. And Sahaja Pranayam, it is also good for the body and mind. And Brahmari Pranayam, now we are going to see how to do with chair. Now, and if it is possible, if you want to do with me, sit on your chair. Now start with a small prayer first. In comfortable manner, you can sit on your chair also. Yogena chittasya padena vacha malam sarirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi आबाहु पुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिम्. Now slowly open your eyes. Now take a chair with no handle chair. Sit comfortable. Sitting comfortable. Your back should be straight. And relax. And take normal breathe in, breathe out. Observe your breath and relax.
Breathing helps us to focus on the present without any worries about the future and any regrets about the past.
Now slowly open your eyes. And relax. Kanakadurga ma'am will explain the yogic exercises now.
She is going to start with a series of Sukshma Vyayam. Sukshma Vyayam will help in joint mobility and increase the strength of the bones. The bone strength is increased and the muscle flexibility is increased. She will now start with toe bending.
Now slowly stretch your legs. Now start with the right leg. Hold it like this. And slowly exhale, slowly bend your toes. And inhale, please. Exhale, bend. And inhale, please. Do it very slowly. Observe your movement. Inhale and exhale. While bending, you have to exhale and inhale, you have to release. And do it 5 to 10 rounds. Now left leg. Now exhale, bend your left leg, left toes, and inhale, release. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, inhale. Do it very slowly. Observe your movement and do it 5 to 10 rounds. And relax.
Squeeze the muscles and feel that all the toxins are going out. The next one is foot bending, front and back.
Now stretch your right leg and slowly stretch your ankle and come back. Stretch with your inhalation and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Do it 5 rounds.
The breathing is synchronized with the movements. So this is the key which helps in increasing the flexibility of the muscles. We inhale and exhale with the contraction and relaxation of the muscles. This is what makes yoga such a unique system compared to any exercises where exercises are done dynamically without awareness of the breath.
Now left leg. Inhale and exhale. Come back. Inhale. Exhale. Do it very slowly. Observe your movement. Coordinate with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Stretch back. And relax.
Knee bending comes next. This is very good to strengthen the knee muscles, the quadriceps, the hamstring muscles, and keep the knee flexible.
Before going to knee exercise, we'll do ankle rotation. Now slowly rotate your ankle clockwise. 5 rounds. And anti-clockwise. Do it very slowly. And relax. Opposite leg. Now stretch your left leg and do it very slowly clockwise. Inhale and while coming down, exhale. Repeat this 5 rounds. And opposite side. Anti-clockwise. And relax. Now we'll do knee exercise, knee movement. Inhale and exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Do it very slowly. Don't do strain. Those who are suffering with a knee problem, do it there. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Now left leg. Inhale, slowly lift your leg. Exhale, down. Inhale, exhale. Do it 5 rounds. Inhale, up, and exhale, down. Inhale, exhale. Relax.
The muscles get a good stretch by this asana. We now move to the next asana. I think they're going to do the hand series.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. She will start with the finger movements. These are very important for finger flexibility. It protects us from carpal tunnel syndrome, and even senior citizens. It will protect the finger joints from becoming rigid or stiff. Very important to do daily. It can be done if you put some warm oil all over the body, it will increase the flexibility of the muscles and joints. You can apply warm oil all over the body and have hot bath after the yoga is over. Half an hour after the yoga is over. Harita is now going to demonstrate finger movements.
Now, slowly with exhalation, you have to bend your toes and inhale, release. Observe your movement. Exhale, slowly bend your toes and inhale, release. Exhale, inhale. Do it very slowly.
Beautiful finger movements by Harita and her team.
Inhale, exhale, and inhale, release. Those who are doing difficult to this, you can use a ball like this and stress ball, and you have to tight your fingers like this and release. Do it very slowly. When you are folding, you have to exhale. Strengthen your fingers and wrist. And release. Now opposite hand also. And release. Exhale. And inhale, release. Exhale and inhale. Relax.
The next one is wrist movements. First, she's going to show the hands up and down, followed by which she will show the wrist movements.
Now slowly stretch your hands and slowly take opposite hand help, and you have to bend your wrist like this with exhalation. Inhale up and stretch back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. You have to bend back. Now opposite hand, bend your wrist like this. With exhale, inhale and exhale while bending down. Inhale and exhale. Through regular practice, you can do like this also. Without help. And relax. Now wrist rotation. Now make it fist like this. We'll do one by one hand. Now do only right hand. Now slowly rotate your right wrist clockwise. Do it very slowly. Rotate here clockwise and anti-clockwise. Inhale and exhale. Normal breathing, breathe out. Now left hand. Rotate your left hand clockwise and anti-clockwise. Do it very slowly and relax. Observe your breathing, breathe out. Now elbow movement. Now slowly stretch your hands and slowly exhale, bend your elbows. Try to touch your shoulder and inhale, open your hands. Exhale and inhale. Do it very slowly. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, release. Now opposite side. Exhale, you have to take your palms up and exhale. Sorry, inhale. Exhale. While folding, you have to exhale. Inhale and exhale. And relax.
This is called Kehuni Naman. Kehuni means elbow in Sanskrit. Notice how the flexibility and the strength increases by doing this daily. This prevents all the shoulder related problems, the frozen shoulder, cervical spondylitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, all the problems that come with overuse, especially on the computer. And it's very crucial these days when we have a lot of usage of the computers. This is a very useful set of asanas. They seem simple, but they're sure, they're effective, and they've got a very good long-lasting effect on the body. We continue with the series.
Now shoulder rotation. Now slowly rotate your shoulders clockwise and while taking up, inhale and exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. And with anti-clockwise, inhale, exhale down, breathe slowly and relax.
This can be done at any time, anywhere, very quick to practice and easily removes the stress. It immediately removes the stress on the shoulder muscles. A very easy practice to do if you're in any place waiting or just by yourself. It's a very good place to relax the shoulders because we tend to keep a lot of pressure in our mind because of the pressure in the mind, and then we keep the muscles very stiff. So the shoulders need relaxation.
Now we'll do shoulder rotation like this. You have to take your hand and touch your shoulder. Now slowly rotate your shoulder clockwise, right shoulder. Inhale back, exhale forward. Inhale and exhale. Repeat this 5 rounds. Inhale, exhale. And anti-clockwise. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now opposite shoulder. And slowly rotate your shoulder clockwise. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. While coming forward, you have to exhale. And anti-clockwise. Inhale. While taking back, inhale and forward, exhale. And relax.
She's going to demonstrate the neck exercises now. Very useful to keep the neck muscles pliable, flexible, and develop the strength of the upper back. Neck exercises. Griva Sanchalana.
Now slowly exhale, bend your neck forward as far as possible. Try to touch your chin to your shoulder, to your chest. And inhale, slowly take your neck back as far as possible. Exhale down.
This should not be attempted by those who have cervical spondylitis. Front bending should not be done by them.
Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale forward. And relax. Now right and left bending. Now slowly exhale, bend your neck right side, ear to shoulder. And inhale, center. Exhale, left side. Inhale, center. Exhale, right side. Repeat this 5 rounds. Inhale, center. Exhale, left side. Inhale. Exhale, right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left side. And inhale, come to center. Now we can do like this also. You take hand support and exhale. Bend your neck right side. Inhale, center. Take left hand support and bend your left side. And inhale and exhale, right side. Do 3 rounds. Inhale and exhale, left side. Inhale, right side. And inhale, center, inhalation. And exhale, left side. And inhale, center. And relax. Now, hand stretch with your neck. You have to take your right hand like this. This is very good for cervical spondylitis. Take hand support and give a stretch. Stretch to your neck and hand. Inhale and exhale. And really relax. Now left hand, take your left hand and give a pressure to your neck. You have to give opposite pressure to your hand. And release. You feel the stretch of your cervical. Now lock your fingers or interlock your fingers, or you can do like this also. Now you lock your fingers and stretch your neck. You press it to your neck.
These are all isometric exercises which are very good for the neck. Strengthen the neck muscles.
And relax. Now, back side, you have to take your hands back and give stretch to your head, neck. And release and relax. Relax. Close your eyes and relax. Observe your breath. Now you feel your muscle movement. When you are relaxing, you can adopt Chin Mudra.
A wonderful set of asanas, Sukshma Vyayam, demonstrated by Harita and her team. We will now do asanas in the standing poses, a few poses selected for senior citizens, older adults.
Now slowly stand. Stand with the feet, take 2 inches upward. Balance your body, 2 whole feet, and take your hands beside the body and look straight. Observe your breathing, breathe out.
This helps to maintain the balance and gives a very good awareness of the body. It's very important to be aware of the body, aware of the mind. Yoga is all about awareness.
And relax. Now we go Pranamasana. Now slowly take your both hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of chest, and you have to touch your palms each other and look straight. Observe your breathing, breathe out. And relax. Now, hand movements, in and out movement. Inhale, stretch your hands shoulder level. Take your palms facing each other. Inhale, slowly take your hands back. Expand the chest. And exhale while coming forward. Inhale. Expand your lungs. And exhale forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale forward. Inhale. Exhale. And relax.
Hasta Chalana, these asanas are designed to increase the flexibility of the hands, to strengthen the hands. We're now going to do hands up and down also, along with in and out. All these asanas will increase the strength and flexibility of the hand, the joints, the muscles, and tone the muscles.
Now up and down movement. Now slowly inhale. Keep your hands above the head. Exhale while coming down. Inhale and exhale while coming down. Inhale while taking hands up. Inhale and exhale coming down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale slowly come down and come to Samasthiti position.
The next asana is a side stretch, Ardha Kati Chakrasana. This will increase the flexibility of the muscles on the side. It tones the waist. It removes any excess fat from the abdomen and very good for balance.
Before going to side stretch, we'll do a hip movement. But we have to do the hip rotation. This is very good for pelvis. And slowly rotate your hip clockwise. Inhale and exhale, normal breathing, breathe out. And rotate your hip anti-clockwise. Inhale and exhale. Do it 5 rounds. Inhale and exhale. Relax. Now we'll sit in a chair. Now side stretch. Now slowly take your right hand by the side and turn your palm and take your right hand up. Take left hand support to your chair and exhale. Slowly stretch your right side. And exhale. Coming down. Now opposite side. Now take your right hand support and slowly inhale. Take your left hand shoulder level. Exhale, turn your up and inhale. Stretch your hand above the head and exhale while bending left side. And inhale, upright and exhale, shoulder level and slowly come to up. And we will repeat one more. And inhale and exhale, turn your palm and inhale, stretch your hand up and exhale, slowly bend, stretch your right side and inhale up and exhale, slowly release and down and opposite side. Inhale, take your left hand shoulder level, exhale, turn your palm and inhale, stretch your left hand above the head and exhale, bend your, stretch your left side and take a breathing, breathe out and inhale, touch your hand and exhale, slowly come down.
Be very careful while doing this. especially if a person is overweight, they should see that the chair is balanced. They should not do it when the chair is lightweight, because it can, chair can move out of the pressure. So be very careful when doing it. It's easier to do it on a sofa if you tend to be more than the normal weight for your height. You can sit on the sofa and do it, which is more safer because of the stability of the sofa. This is also very good for increasing the strength of the lateral muscles, and helps us in the posture. Very good for the posture.
Now relax. Take normal breathing, breathe out and relax.
Bhramari pranayam comes next.
Now, slowly take your hand, index finger, and close your ear with the help of index finger. Take a normal breath. Exhale with humming sound. Makaram sound. You have to do makaram sound.
Thank you so much.
Inhale. Exhale. You can feel the vibrations. If you can't do like this with the any shoulder problem, you can do like this. Close your ear and inhale and exhale. Observe your vibrations.
Bhramari pranayam is very good for the hearing power. So it will maintain the hearing, and it protects us from any damage or any hearing loss problem. So make it a part of your regular sadhana. Minimum 5 to 11 times of Bhramari pranayam. It's very good for stress, for loneliness, for depression, and done correctly, it has got multifold benefits. Bhramari means bee. So the humming sound is like that of a bee. And this also gives a sense of wellness because it is Omkara. Omkara gives wellness wherever it's recited. So Bhramari gives a sense of peace, balance. It helps the ears. It helps in toning the nerves. And very, very practical and very useful pranayama, which goes a long way in helping us in stress relief.
Now slowly relax. Now, Savasana, you can't sit down. You can do Savasana on divan or your bed also. You can do Savasana daily after doing yogic exercises. You have to do Savasana. If you can't sit down or if you can't lay down on floor, you can do a divan or sofa or bed. And slowly Legs apart, hands apart. Observe your breath. Inhale, exhale. Observe your total body. Relax your total body.
In Shavasana, we are going to listen to Roga Nivarini slokas. The Roga Nivarini slokas have been told by His Holiness Tirtha Swarup Sri Guru Maharaj, Sri Shankara Vijayendra Yatindra Saraswati Swamiji, to prevent the fear of this disease and to protect us from this disease, this pandemic. The Roga Nivarini slokas, very powerful set of slokas, which will be now recited by our team from Sampradaya.
रोग निवारण श्लोक अच्युतानंत गोविंद नामोच्चारण भेषजात् नश्यन्ति सकला रोगाः सत्यं सत्यं वदाम्यहम् शरीरे जर्जरी भूते व्याधिग्रस्ते कलेवरे औषधं जाह्नवीतोऽयं वैद्यो नारायणो हरिः सुमीनाक्षिपते शम्भो सोमसुन्दरनायक इमामापदम् उत्पन्ना मदीयां नाशय प्रभो अर्ता शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु जव्यादिषु वर्तमानाः संकीर्त्य नारायण शब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःख सुखिनो भवन्ति बालाम्बिकेश वैद्येश भवरोगहरेति च जपेन्नामत्रयं नित्यं महारोगनिवारणम् पञ्चावगेश जल्प्येष प्रणतार्तिहरेति च जपेन्नामत्रयं नित्यं पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते अपस्मारकुष्ठक्षयार्षप्रमेह ज्वरोन्मादगुल्मादिरोगमहान्तः पिशाचाश्च सर्वे भवत्पत्रभूतिं विलोक्य क्षणातरकारे द्रवन्ते किरन्तीमङ्गेभ्यः किरणनिकुरुम्भा अमृतरसं हृदित्वा माधर्ति हिमकरशिलामूर्तिमिव यः ससर्पाणां दर्पं शमयति शकुन्ताधिपैव ज्वरप्लष्टान् दृष्ट्या सुखयति सुधाधारशिरया हर हर शंकर जय जय शंकर.
Very beautiful rendition by Tejomayi, by Chinmayi. Jagadguru Shankaracharya Swamiji, as he is like Krishna Paramatma for us, he knows the past, he knows the present, he knows the future. So we should not have any stress or strain. We just have to follow his guidance. So please recite these slokas daily, Roga Nivarini slokas, rendered very, very beautifully by Chinmayi. Thank you so much.
Now slowly turn your right side, take your right hand and slowly turn your right and slowly sit in comfortable posture. With Chin Mudra, relax your breath and sit with the back straight. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Now slowly take your both hands, Namaskar Mudra, and rub your palms and touch your eyes and slowly open your eyes. Jai Jai Shankara, Har Har Shankara. I thought this is a very helpful to you for elders. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Kanakuru Garu and Harita, for such a knowledgeable session. So it's not that we are encouraging only the youth and all. There are like a lot of benefits, and it's a very good session for the elderly people. They can also just relax and take care of themselves. So for practicing yoga, age is not a barrier. Whatever the age we may be, we can just increase the youthfulness. We can postpone the so-called age-related issues. So let's forget our age, practice yoga, and make each day a masterpiece. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just the word extra. Our yoga satsangs will move you from ordinary to extraordinary level. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned and stay.
Thank you so much, Swarna.
Thank you, madam.